Okay, good evening class. Today we'll be taking a new session on XAT quant session. So we'll have questions around 10-12 questions we'll be solving this evening. So I'll start with question 1 and right from the start we have picked up questions from different different sections. It's some of from mensuration, some is from set theory, some are from probability. So as to cover most of the topics for that on the coming 5th of January. So what I'll do is, as usual, I'll give you around 10 minutes to solve first three questions. Then we'll have a review and let's see. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, then you can put in the questions window. And at the end of the session today, we'll have 10 minutes discussion on various examination or various queries that you have for any of the examinations, that is for this season or for the next season. So it's 8:02 right now. So 8:12 we'll have a review. So in the meantime, you need to solve first three questions. So for your convenience, I'll also put these in chat window so you can have a look on that. Uh, uh, you keep posting me with the answers as soon as you are done with that. So let's review it at 8:12. Okay, people, time is up. So we'll be reviewing questions 1 to 3. So question number 1, it says that Ram, a farmer, managed to grow different shaped watermelons inside a glass cases, and the shapes he used were perfect cube, hemispherical, cuboid, cylindrical, along with the normal spherical shaped watermelons. The thickness of the skin was same as all the shapes. Each of the glass cases was so designed that the total volume and the weight of all the watermelons will be equal irrespective of the shape. A customer wants to buy a watermelon for making juice. For which of the skin the watermelon has to be peeled off and therefore is a waste? Which of the following shape should a customer buy? So, see, a simple thing is that whenever you increase the symmetry of the object, then for the same surface area, volume will be maximum when it is a sphere, because at that time the shape is circular and the symmetry is a perfect symmetry. So the same is used, same analogy is used here as well. So the for a given volume the surface area will be minimum when the object is a sphere, so he has to minimize the wastage, so he has to minimize the surface. Customer should opt for a spherical shaped watermelon when he has to minimize the wastage. Similarly, you can actually have an analogy on the two-dimensional object as well. For a given perimeter, the area will increase with the increasing symmetry. Among different triangles of a given perimeter, the equilateral triangle will have the largest area. So you can use the same analogy in two-dimensional objects also if you get a question of similar pattern in your examination. So the answer will be a normal spherical watermelon. So we'll go ahead and mark option E. For question number 2, if both 11 square and 3 cube are a factor of a number A star 4 cube star 6 square into 13 to the power 11, what is the smallest possible value of A? Now let us see in this itself. Do we get any 11 in this? No. So 11 square, if it is a factor of this number, so 11 square should be a multiple of this. It should come under this. So one thing is for sure, that 11 square needs to be there. Now 3 cube is there. 3 cube is there. Now we get in 6 square, we get 3 square. So we need an extra 3 to make it 3 cube. So 3. So what is the answer? 363 is the minimum value of A which needs to be there in order to make 11 square and 3 cube to be a factor of this number. So we have an option, yeah, we have an option number 3, 363. We'll go ahead and mark that option. If you have any doubt in any of the questions, you can use raise through your questions or raise through your whatever means you have right now. Okay, moving on to question number 3. What it says is 48 students have to be seated such that each row has the same number of students as the others. So what it essentially means is that each row should have equal number of students, and one more condition is that at least 3 students should be seated per row and at least 2 row needs to be there. So how many arrangements are possible? So let's see how many arrangements can be possible. 48. So at least 3 students to be seated per row. So 3 students into 16 rows. Similarly, we have 4 students into 12 rows. Now each should be equal to 48. Moving on. 6, 8. Then 8 students, 6 rows. 12 students, 4 rows. And 16 students, 3 rows. 24 students and 2 rows. Okay. So how many combinations we can have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 we have an option. We will go ahead and mark option number 4, which is 7. Okay. Now we have another 3 questions, and this time I'm going to give you 6 minutes to solve these questions. It's 8:18 right now, so 8:24 will be reviewing these questions. And I'll also put these questions in the chat window. Whichever you feel convenience, you can take it down. In the meantime, if you have any questions or if you want me to repeat any of the explanations, you can actually raise through your questions window. So, okay, let's resume at 8:24. Okay, people, time is up. So we'll go ahead with review of question number 4 to 6. So question number 4, what it essentially is a GP question. So it's given A is equal to 2 to the power 65, B is equal to 2 to the power 64 plus 2 to the power 63 till 2 to the power 0. So now we have been given with 4 options that B is 2 to the power 64 larger than A and B are equal, B is larger than A by 1, A is larger than B by 1. So what essentially we need to see here is that this term B, what it is, it's actually sum of a GP. So what is sum of GP? A r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. We'll put in the values, what we will get. Number of term is 65, so we'll get 2 to the power 65 minus 1, and A is what? A is 2 to the power 0, that is 1. So, and R is what? R is 2. The value of R is 2. So 2 minus 1. So which essentially is equal to what? Is 2 to the power 65 minus 1. And A is 2 to the power 65. So what we get? That it's A is larger than B by 1. So we'll go ahead and mark option number 4. Okay, moving on. We have question number 5. What it says is a piece of equipment cost a certain factory rupees 6 lakh, 600,000, 6 lakh. It depreciates in value 15% the first year, 13.5% the next year, 12% third year, and so on. What will be the value of 10 years? All the percentage applies to the original cost. So what essentially we need to find out is 6 lakh into 0.85 into 0.8 86.865 into 0.88, and similarly till 10 terms. Okay, so this is what we need to find out. So numbers won't change, means if we take, even instead of 6 lakh we take 100, so let the cost of equipment be 100. So now the percentage of depreciation are 15, 13.5, 12, so it is 1.5 is the D, and A we know is 15, D is minus 15, 1.5, so it is becoming actually a AP. So the percentage of depreciation at the 10th year will be what? 1.5. So total value depreciated will be what? 82.5. We'll find the sum of the AP. So what will be left after 82.5 depreciation? It will be 17.5% of the original thing. 17.5% of the original is 1,05,000. So 1,05,000. We have an option with 1,05,000. Yeah, we have option number 2. We'll go ahead and mark option number 2, 1,05,000. That will be the uh, uh, value of the factory value of the equipment after 10 years. If anybody has a problem with the explanation, you can ask once again. Use your chat window. Okay, moving on. Question number 6. Of the 200 candidates who were interviewed for a position at a call center, 100 had a two-wheeler, 70 had a credit card, 140 had a mobile phone, 40 of them had two-wheeler and a credit card, 30 had both credit card and a mobile phone, 60 had both two-wheeler and mobile phone, and 10 had all three. How many of the candidates had none of the three? So it's two-wheeler, credit card and mobile phone. So one thing we can do is we can actually create a Venn diagram. So two-wheeler, credit card, and then what we have, a mobile phone. So what it is, 70 had a credit card, so this is 70. 140 had mobile phone, this is 140. 40 had them, okay, 10 had all three, so this is 10. Now it is written 40 of them had both two-wheeler and a credit card. Two-wheeler and a credit card, 40. This is 40, so this is 30. And now 30 had both credit card and mobile phone. Credit card and mobile phone, so this is 20. 60 had both two-wheeler and mobile phone. Two-wheeler and mobile phone, so this is what? This is 50. So how much is this? 50, 60, 80, 140. So this is 60. Okay. Now 20, 30, 30, 60. So this is 10. Okay. 100 had two-wheeler. So this is 100. So 30, 40 and 50, 90. So this is 10. So how much is total? 30, 10, 10, 50, 50 and 10, 60, 20, 80, 140, 140 and 50, 190. So total in Venn diagram we get 190, and the total number of candidates interviewed were 200. So how many are left? 200 minus 190. So it is 10. We have an option of 10. Yes, we have option number 3. We'll go ahead and mark option number 3. Okay. Hope you understood this question. I believe in question number 5 a lot of people have confusion, so I'll repeat question number 5 once again. So Question number 6, if you have any confusion, you can raise it right now. Okay guys, question number 6, you all are clear. Okay. So question number 5, I'll repeat once again. A piece of equipment costs a certain factory rupees 6 lakh. It depreciates in value 50% of the first year, 13.5% of the next year, 12% third year, and so on. What will be its value at the end of 10 years? Now the most important part is this part. All percentages applies to the original cost. All percentages applies to the original cost. So it's 6 lakh. In first year it depreciates 15% of the this value. So it will depreciate how much? This much. Next year how much it will depreciate? 6 lakh into 0.135. Then next year how much it will depreciate? 6 lakh into 0.12. Next year 6 lakh into 0.105. So this value, this will form an AP. So this will form an AP. So we need to calculate how much it actually depreciates. So how much it depreciates? 0.15 plus 0.135 plus. So similarly it will be 0.015. So till 0.015. So it comes out to be 82.5. That is 0.825. So now we calculate accordingly. So that is how it is calculated. Hope it clears the confusion that was around there in the house. If you guys still have a problem with this question, okay, hope, I think it is clear now. Okay, okay, moving on. Now we have question number 7, 8, 9 and 10. So we have 4 questions. So what I'll do is I'll give you 4 minutes for question number 7 and 8, and again first 7 and 8 I'll give you 4 minutes. So 7, there's an image involved, so I cannot actually copy it there, you have to see it. 8 I'll copy and paste in your chat window. So So question number 7, you need to take it from the here itself. Okay. Okay guys, 4 minute, 8:45, the next review. Okay, it's 8:45, so we'll review question number 7 and 8. Question number 7 is a simple geometry question. So what it is asking, in the adjoining figure 1 and 2 are circles with center P and Q. The two circles touch each other with a common tangent of them at point R and S respectively. The common tangents meets P and Q at O. P and Q is the line joining the radius of the two circles. The diameter of 1 and 2 are in the ratio of 4:3. It is known that the length of PO is 28 centimeter. So what we need to calculate is PQ is to OQ. Okay. Now we need to calculate PQ upon OQ. Now what is PQ? PQ is PO minus OQ upon OQ. So what essentially we need to calculate is PO upon OQ minus 1. So we need to calculate PO upon OQ. So let's do a small construction over here. Now this and this will be what? 90 degree. This will be 90 degree. Now they have given the diameter of 1 and 2 are in the ratio of 4:3. So this is 4 and this is 3. Now consider two of the triangles PSQO and PRO. So SQO will be similar to PRO. Why? This angle is common. This is 90 degrees. So obviously this angle will be equal to this angle. These are parallel lines. So they are similar triangles. So now they are similar triangles. So use similar triangles. We need to use similarity theorem. So it's like OQ upon PO. It will be equal to what? OQ upon PO will be equal to 3 by 4. Okay. OQ by PO is equal to 3 by 4. And we need PO by OQ. So what essentially it will be equal to 4 by 3 minus 1, which is equal to 1 by 3. So 1:3 we have option. Yes, we have option 1:3. We'll go ahead and mark option 2, 1:3. Okay, moving on to question number 8. If a triangle, if the largest angle in a triangle is 70 degree, what is the least possible of the smallest angle of a triangle? Okay, let's make a triangle. So the largest is 70 degree. Okay. Now the rest two will be what? 110 degree. The sum of rest two angle will be 110 degree. So what will be the least possible value of the smallest triangle? Okay. Least possible value. So least possible sum of two angles should always be greater than the third angle, and all three angles should be equal to 180 degree. So these two things we need to keep in mind. the smallest least possible value of the smallest angle. So how can it be possible? It can only be possible when it is a isosceles triangle. Only when the next possible angle is also 70 degree. So what it will be? This will be 40 degree. Least possible value will always be 40 degree. So we'll go ahead and mark option number 3, 40 degree. Okay. Rajesh is asking why it should be isosceles triangle. So if they are saying that the least possible value of the smallest angle, okay, if it is not isosceles triangle, suppose, and this value is 69 degree, okay, so what it will be? It will be 41 degree. So it won't be the least possible value. Least possible value, see, I'll show it once again. This is our triangle. This is 70 degree. This we don't know, this we don't know, but we know these two will be equal to 110 degree. Now we want this to be smallest. If this needs to be smallest, so this should be largest. This can be largest to up to what extent? It can be largest only up to 70 degree. Why? Because we have been given that the largest angle in the triangle is 70 degree. So this can only have be 40 degree. Okay. Hope everybody got it. Moving on. We have question number 9 and 10. Easy questions. Not very tough, but you need to keep your basics clear. Okay, I've put in chat window as well these two questions. I'll give you 4 minutes to solve these questions, which are more than enough, I guess. At this stage, you should be solving it on your fingertips. So 8:53, 8:57, we'll review these questions. After the session, and let me remind you, okay, question number 8 is not clear once again. So who is saying Deepika? Deepika needs. Okay, Deepika. Let me explain it once again. Now this is our triangle. What we have been given, this is 70 degree has been given. This is the least value of a smallest triangle. This is x, say. This is y. Okay. X plus y is 110. Okay. This much is clear. Now we want x to be least. X to be least. So how can x be least when y is maximum? Y is maximum, then only x can be least. Y can be maximum, but y cannot attain a value more than 70 degree, because we have been posed a condition over here that the largest angle of the triangle can only be 70 degree. So the maximum value y can have is what? Maximum value it can have is 70 degree. When the maximum value it can have is 70 degree, so x can have the value what? 40 degree. Now x cannot be lower than this, because y cannot be maximum than this. This is a simple equation. So Okay. Okay, let's move ahead. Deepika is happy now. Okay. Question number 9 and 10. Next 4 minutes. Now 8:56 it is. So 9 o'clock. We'll review these questions. And let me remind you, I'll give 5-10 minutes at the end of this session for you to ask any query regarding any of the examinations that you have. You can post your queries in between as well on the question. I'll answer those queries at the end of the session. Okay, let's review the last two questions of the day. Question number 9. In a kilometer race, A gives B a start of 100 meter or 15 seconds. How long does A take to complete the race? So A can give B a start of 100 meter or 15 seconds. It's a kilometer race. So total is 1000 kilometer he has to travel. Now in 15 seconds, 15 seconds. How long does A takes to complete the race? Okay. So A can give B a start of 100 meter or 15 seconds. So what does it mean? It means that B completes 100 meter in 15 seconds. B completes 100 meter in 15 seconds. So the total time taken by B is what? B has to complete 1000 meters, so it will take 150 seconds. Now A has given it a start of 15 seconds, so A will complete how much? Minus 15. So it is equal to 135. We have an option, yeah, we have option number 3, 135. We'll go ahead and mark option number 3, 135. Okay. An anti-aircraft gun can fire 4 shots at a time. If the probabilities of first, second, third and the last shot hitting the target is this, what is the probability that the 4 shots aimed at an army aircraft will bring the aircraft down? So we'll put it in another way. We'll put what? We'll say that the aircraft will be down what? If one of the 4 shots bring them down. So what we'll do is, what we'll say is the probability that none of the shots actually hit it. So none of the shots actually hit it. So it is saying that 0.7 is the probability of hitting. So what is the probability of not hitting? It's 0.3. Similarly 0.6. So what is the probability of not hitting? Is 0.4. 0.5. So probability of not hitting is 0.5. Probability of not hitting fourth shot is 0.6. So what it will be essentially? 0.12, 0.06. It will be 0.036. So 0.036 is the probability that it won't hit. So what is the probability it will hit? Is 1 minus 0.036. What it will be? 0.964. We have option 4.964. So we'll go ahead and mark option 4.964. Okay guys, that's end for the session. So if you have any questions regarding any of the competitive examination or any of the competitive examination pertaining to MBA, I must specify. So you can shoot your questions right here, or if you don't have any questions, then let's go ahead and wind up. And I would like to wish you, yeah, Soham. Okay, now Soham is asking questions. How many questions must be attempted in math section, at least in that, before going to the next session? Next section. Now see, I'll give you a diplomatic reply that it depends upon the type of paper. But One thing is for sure, at least if you are making 10 to 15 questions correct, then you can move on to next section. That will at least guarantee you to have a good percentile in that section. But exact number I cannot tell because I don't know what is the standard of the paper this time, or what is the. It depends upon the quality of the paper. If you get some paper like 2011 paper, even four good answers of 5 marks each, that would be enough to fetch you a 99 percentile call. So it depends upon the paper. That is plain and simple. Anybody else has a question? Okay, Rajesh, you have 80% in 10th, 12th, and VTech. Can I get a call from? Easily, it's not a problem. 80% is a good percentage. We should have some co-curricular activities, and you should get a good percentile. That will be enough for you to fetch a call. Main thing these days is not to get a call. Main thing is to convert that call. Now the real battle will start after you get the paper. 3 years in a PSU is a plus point, I guess. 3 years in a IT is a negative point these days. So 3 years in a PSU won't be a problem, Rajesh. Anybody else? So let's wind up here. Okay guys, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye bye.